everyone present here. A very good evening. And today, my name is Swam Shrestha, and today I have been given a great opportunity to express my views on the topic food chain. Before I talk about food chain, I'd like to talk about food. Everybody knows what food is, right?
Yes.
We eat it multiple times a day. We get energy and nutrition from it to do our day-to-day activities, our life processes, as well as our overall growth and development. Now, have you ever wondered where or how the food that you eat is prepared?
Yes.
Well, almost all of the food that we consume can directly or indirectly be sourced by plants or animals. This means that we are also part of the food chain. Let me explain. Food chain in simple terms is just a series of transfer of energy. It all starts with the green plants the producers that produce food and oxygen from carbon dioxide and water in the presence of sunlight. These producers are consumed by the herbivores or the primary consumers, which in turn get consumed by other omnivores and carnivores. At the end of their respective life cycles, the dead bodies of these plants and animals are consumed and decomposed by the decomposers such as fungi, bacteria, worms, and insects. This process is kind of like the recycling system of nature. It is still happening in many parts of the world even as I speak right now. Let's take an example. As shown in the figure behind me, let's take a tree for example. The tree is consumed, the tree is a green plant and it is a producer and it gets consumed by a deer which is a herbivore or primary consumer. The deer in turn gets consumed by a lion and the lion is our secondary consumer here. Even after the death of all these animals, their dead bodies are decomposed by worms or insects and they are turned into more nutrition for more trees to grow. We humans we humans fall under the category of consumers as we consume the other plants and animals until we eventually die and our bodies are decomposed. There is a certain event that I would like everyone here to know about. I believe it occurred in the 1960s in the United States where an insecticide commonly known as DDT was immensely popular. This insecticide was used in small concentrations, which was good, but the thing was that it would never disappear after being used once. So eventually, when rainfall came, the insecticides got washed up into lakes and rivers by the rain, and eventually the small concentrations started to build up. The planktons that were present in these water bodies consumed the DDT-infested waters and the fishes that were present there consumed these planktons. The fishes were then consumed by birds and the birds laid eggs with unusually thin and soft shells. Due to this, many of the chicks couldn't even hatch properly. The ecologists present there noticed these changes and how DDT was harming our environment, and as a result now DDT is banned. I know this might sound like a boring and somewhat insignificant topic to some people, but in reality it is a very very important process as it creates and maintains balance in the ecosystem among many other things. Before I put an end to my speech, I would like to remind everyone once again that food chain has been one of the many pillars that have made life sustainable and possible on our earth, and that we must try everything we can to keep it that way. Thank you.